I'm Andy. I'm the head of AI at Full Fact. We're a fact checker based in the UK, and we've been using technology to address bad information for about 10 years now. And I wanted to showcase a project that we picked up as part of this fantastic fund. So we are working on something inside of Full Fact to keep our current government in the UK to account. So we are tracking all of the claims that they made before an election in 2024 and seeing the progress that they've made against that. It's a big undertaking. There are hundreds of potential claims that could be made by the government, and this is an area we thought that could be enhanced by AI. The kind of claims that people can make are many and varied. Some of them are very specific, and some of them are things that could happen over a 5-year parliamentary term in the UK. So we don't quite know how they were going to be fulfilled at the time. And so we've been keeping this tracker running live, and we think that AI can be a really useful part of that. And as part of this project, we brought in some reinforcements as well. So we'll be doing this as a collaboration with our friends at Cambridge University, particularly Professor Andreas Vlachos. And when we've been thinking about this, there were 3 things we tried to do with this project. The first of those was to help with the process of writing a new pledge. And so we created a fairly simple system to do some prompt engineering to say, okay, given this piece of information, what would need to be true? And so this is information we're giving to our fact checkers to say, okay, you've got a pledge, what conditions need to be met? Is it clear on its timescales, its geography, how this would be measured? And we're bringing in some support here to make sure that fact checkers could go through a Q&A process to help them write those pledges from scratch. That's proven to be quite a quick win for us and pretty successful in the way that it was undertaken. A lot of people were saying that this worked well, and over 80% of people said that the questions from our people being fact checkers, over 80% said that the questions that AI was asking them helped inform the quality of the pledge that they were going to write. We've also been focusing on how do we understand if anything has happened around the status of a pledge. Over a long period of time, a lot of different parameters can change. And so we're interested in the idea of saying, for a particular pledge, how can we understand if a minister has announced something, has a politician spoken about this, has a set of statistics been released that will have a material impact about this across hundreds of different pledges? And this became a really important area for us to think about how do we use AI to support this process. And so we built some stuff. Sorry, there's maybe a technical slide on screen, but just wanted to kind of run through what this looks like. We could just search for this stuff, but that wasn't giving us very good responses. So the way that AI is being used here is that we're doing a search for a specific thing, so a particular party in a particular time range for a particular topic. We're going to the content that comes back from the search results. We're scraping the information that comes back. We're then ranking those documents. We're then passing the original query through another set of filters, which produces more potential questions and answers to give an augmented list, which we're then pushing back into the search. And we're doing a few loops of that. So we're getting in the round, not just the specific query, but in the round. We're then constructing a timeline from that. So we're working out where particular things were said. And then we're turning that into an event and time-based process. So we're working out, has a person said something in a place that could have a meaningful impact on this pledge? And then we're showing that to our internal users, the fact checkers. This is kind of a complicated technical process, but one we're really proud of because it's making sure that we're not just searching for stuff and hoping for the best. We're actually using structured information to bring back the kind of quality of information that helps us understand, has something meaningfully changed to the context of this pledge. And we're doing so to a pretty high quality as well. So the F1 score we're getting for this is 0.76, which was benchmarking really well against high quality GPT, OpenAI models at the time, and just way, way above what we're getting from organic search. So this is just helping use the technology to focus and give some kind of boundings, I suppose, to the kind of quality of information that people are getting back. And that's helped us update pledges, and that's helped us keep eyes on a large amount of information that could be coming from all different angles of the internet. And then finally, we've been thinking about, after we've written that, how do we make that easy for our own internal users to explore, and maybe over time, external users as well. So we built a chat interface on top of this. This is using kind of out-of-the-box stuff, but we've done a few different things on top of that as well. So we've done some retrieval augmented generation, as a lot of people would have done. We've done some really explicit stuff with referencing to ensure that anything that comes back from this chatbot has to cite an actual URL that we validate that is real and giving real information. And we've also done some additional training stuff and some prompt work to ensure that it says it doesn't know way more often than you would do with a normal situation like this. And that's been really helpful for us. We've done benchmarking again against other just chat interfaces doing a similar kind of Q&A process. And this kind of idea of RAG plus explicit reference plus I don't know is a clear winner in terms of the responses we've been getting back from our users when we've been testing this. So that's given us this process that goes from identifying the pledges context that's changing, how to write those pledges, and then also making sure we've got an ability to explore that information. And as fact checkers, this frees up time and effort from what we're doing. We've done this as a prototype all the way through this. It's been experimental, but the outcome of the project tells us this is something that we can now bring into the mainstream and use as part of our updating process as we go through over the next 4 years of this government. That's everything I wanted to share today, and you can get hold of Full Fact in all the normal ways. Thank you so much.